On August 19, 2020, Sydney Sutherland may have felt a false sense of security as she ran in her rural community in Jackson County, Arkansas, the kind of place where you know your neighbors and you all wave at each other on the road. Little did she know someone was watching her. She wasn't safe, and what's sad is she may have even waved at him that day. Alex Nicholson was crazy about Sydney Sutherland. She was the love of his life. They'd been together for 4 years since they were about 20 years old and lived together in Jackson County, Arkansas with their dogs. Sydney was Alex's dream girl, sweet, pretty, and always thinking of others. She was a successful nurse with her whole life ahead of her. His mother, Amy, also loved Sydney. She described the two as a stunning couple. What more could Alex ask for? Sydney said goodbye to Alex as she headed out the door for her daily run, even though she had just returned from a family vacation to Florida the night before. Sydney would not miss working out for anything. Alex knew she had been to the gym that morning already with her trainer, but Cindy was a fitness junkie, so he wasn't surprised that she was still going to go on her regular run, wearing her favorite pink tennis shoes. Sydney left around 2:30 p.m. The run never took her more than an hour or so when 5 p.m. rolled around, Alex was worried she never returned. Frantic, he called her mother Maggie, but she was also at a loss. Immediately, Maggie went to the area where Sydney always jogged. She drove up and down the road but couldn't find her daughter anywhere. After racking their brains for where Sydney could be, they realized this situation was dire. When Sydney was nowhere to be found by 7 p.m., Alex and Sydney's family called the Jackson County Police to report a missing person. Sydney Claire Sutherland was born to Dion Sutherland and Maggie Sutherland in Jonesboro in Crowley's Ridge, Arkansas, on September 18, 1995. She grew up on the family farm in Grubbs with her 2 older brothers and graduated from Tuckerman High School in 2014. Known for her outgoing, sweet personality, Sydney was active in the Spanish Club, Beta Club, and Key Club, and played softball for the Tuckerman Bulldogs, earning the title of Outstanding Senior. Sydney attended ASU Newport, earning her licensed practical nurse license in July 2018. She graduated from the University of Arkansas Community College at Batesville in December 2019, and then became a registered nurse. Later, she worked at Unity Health Harris Medical Center in Newport while earning her RN. Loved by her co-workers and patients alike, Sydney's compassionate nature and genuine spirit endeared her to all who met her. She loved exercising, listening to audiobooks, playing with her dogs, and shopping. Hence, it was shocking when the 24-year-old went missing, when she left home for a jog on a highway between the cities of Newport and Grubbs around 2:30 p.m. on August 19, 2020. Her family contacted the authorities when she did not return home later that evening. Sydney's family last saw her around 1 p.m. at her sister-in-law's home, just before she went for a run. Jackson County Sheriff David Lucas said the last confirmed sighting of the missing woman was from a UPS driver who saw her walking and jogging along Jackson County Road 41 around 3 p.m. Sheriff David Lucas said, "We have a confirmed sighting around 2:30 to 3 p.m. She was on foot, walking and jogging." Still, the family was concerned when Sydney did not return to the home she shared with her boyfriend, even after 7 p.m. While her boyfriend called the police and reported her missing, her sister-in-law posted a picture on Facebook requesting help. The massive search came to a tragic end around 2 p.m. on August 21st, when they found the 24-year-old's body buried in farmland in rural Jackson County. The state crime lab used DNA testing to confirm the corpse's identity and positively identified it as Sydney. Medical reports stated she died of multiple blunt force injuries. According to reports, the authorities used a controversial cell phone tracking tool called Fog Reveal to solve the murder. Police sources state they had little evidence to go on when they found the missing woman's phone in a field along Jackson Road South on August 20th. Fayetteville prosecutor Kevin Metcalf, who also leads the National Child Protection Task Force, claimed he shared his agency's access to the phone tracking tool with the U.S. Marshal Service. The authorities used the tool to determine which other devices had been nearby when Sydney was slain. Kevin claimed Fog Reveal helped lead officers to arrest a farmer, Quake Lewellin, on August 21st, the day the body was discovered. Quake even tried to evade suspicions by going to the police himself amidst the ongoing search. Quake told the authorities he was the last person to see Sydney alive, and also joined a Facebook group dedicated to finding her, and claimed to be a search party member. Sheriff David Lucas reported Quake and Sydney were familiar with each other since they attended the same high school together at one point, and it was believed he was obsessed with her. Quake was accused of kidnapping, raping, and murdering the missing jogger, and arrested within hours of the body's discovery. Quake claimed he passed Sydney while she was running, but decided to turn around and drive back. He claimed he could not see the 24-year-old due to the dust and accidentally ran over her. He contended he panicked as he believed the collision killed Sydney, then loaded her into the bed of his pickup truck, buried her in a field, and tried to forget about it. During his psychological evaluation, Quake said, "I knew I didn't kill her on purpose. At this point, I was scared and afraid I would be in trouble for running her over." However, his and the police's version of events differed from this point. During his August 2020 probable cause hearing, the authorities alleged Quake forced Sydney into the back of his truck, drove her to a field about 3 miles away, and raped her before killing her.
So I take her, put her on my tailgate, I took her clothes off, and I attempted to have sex with her. Gave up on it, and I pleaded and married.
Yet, Quake claimed after he struck Sydney, accidentally, he got out and checked on her. Upon receiving no response, he feared she was dead. He told the doctors he hid the body on the tailgate of his pickup truck and drove to the rice field he had been heading to and dug a grave. At this point, his alleged admissions become more disturbing. The psychologist noted, Quake said that he took Sydney's clothing off and tried messing with her a bit. When asked to clarify what he meant by messing with her, he was advised by the attorneys present not to discuss this further. The probable cause affidavit indicated he told detectives he took off Sydney's shorts and raped her, then buried her at that location. Court records stated Quake was charged with capital murder, rape, kidnapping, and abuse of a corpse in the 2020 death. The prosecution claimed they would pursue the death penalty. Nevertheless, the case never went to trial, with Quake entering a plea deal in October 2021, where he pleaded guilty to capital murder and rape. In her victim impact statement, Sydney's mother, Maggie Sutherland, said, "What you took from us 408 days ago, we'll never get again. Was it really worth it?" She added, "I take pleasure in knowing that from this day forward, you'll be known as a number with no name." The judge sentenced Quake to life without parole. The 31-year-old killer is incarcerated at the Varner Supermax unit in Lincoln County.